Hi there. Thank you for joining me for a bit of Friday fun. And today I'm going to talk about something that I think gets in the way of a lot of our fun. And that's this mindset that for us to enjoy something, we have to always be at our best with it. Um, so, you kind of downplay certain kinds of reading as either too intellectual and snobbish, or it's too lighthearted and it's too easy. You'll play off the wrong kinds of books, or you have to be able to get all the best equipment. You have to be able to do it right from the very beginning, and that if you're not doing really well at it, you're not um, particularly good with it, that somehow you're not actually able to have fun with it. And I don't know where we decided that, but somewhere in our history that came up, and it has prevented a lot of us from having a lot of fun. There are things that become so hard to get into because we decide that we have to be so extremely exceptional at it for us to be able to have fun with it. So I'm looking at trying to get into golf. I mentioned that last week. And buying a really high quality set of golf clubs is insanely expensive. I mean, you're looking at several $100s per club. And the official tournament regulations say that you cannot have more, so you'll have about 14 golf clubs in your bag. You're looking at several $1,000s to get really high quality sets of golf clubs in your bag. And that doesn't include the bag, that doesn't include the golf balls, which can be very expensive for the top quality. That doesn't include paying to be able to play. There are greens fees at courses that are about $20 for 18 holes if you're going to walk them. And it could very easily add up, and all of a sudden you're saying, well, you have to have that level of investment to be able to golf. And then you're going to go out and if you haven't really hit a golf ball before and you haven't gotten used to swinging and all of that, your first several holes at least are going to be terrible. And so you're then saying, okay, well, then it's going to take me probably a few hours, a few hundred golf balls hitting the clubs that I just got to make sure that I feel comfortable with them and I'm hitting them really well. And that could cost different amounts depending on what kind of driving range you're going to. And so now you're looking at, you're looking at several $1,000s to start, and a decent investment in time to start golfing. Or maybe it's running. And then it's like, well, you need to get a really good pair of running shoes. And high quality running shoes are a few $100s. And you need a way to track yourself, to track your runs, to track your time, track the amount of effort. Maybe you don't have, I have an Apple Watch. Maybe you don't have one. So now you need something else to try to track it, but it needs to be able to connect and work for you. And you need armband. They have all this nutrition stuff. There's so much information about how to maximize your runs. And so even something that's running where you think, oh, I can just throw on some, exercise clothes and a pair of shoes and just go, that's becoming harder to get into. Or maybe you just want to go play basketball and you'll find that fun. Or maybe we'll go away from a sport, exercise related. Maybe you like crafting. So let's say you want to knit. Well, you can just get a set of knitting needles and some cheap thread and, try to look at a few YouTube videos for how to knit. Or you're going to then be noticing, well, there are all different types of ways to knit, different patterns and knitting's not particularly easy. And so what seemed like it was going to be simple, it suddenly has become very complex. And we create all of these barriers to us being able to start having fun. And then we create more barriers to prevent us from continuing on with it. So instead of us saying, well, I'm not going to be able to afford all the best, but I'm just going to try to go out there and do it. Well, then you didn't do as well as you thought you were, and so it's like, I don't feel like being able to do this anymore. I guess in some ways, this video is me saying it can be very fun to fail. Go do something fun, and feel free to just be terrible at it for a while. Maybe you want to play a musical instrument. You're not going to be good for a while. It is hard to be good at a musical instrument. I was in band. I played saxophone. I don't know if I could say I was ever all that good. I got to Indiana Wesleyan and played in their wind ensemble, and man, I struggled to match up to some of these other people because it's hard. And yet, it's very fun to express yourself in that way. And so, you know what? The weather right now is beautiful outside. It would be a great time to think about, going for a walk and enjoying some physical exercise that way, or starting to exercise, starting something like golf, starting something like playing basketball, or picking up a hobby. I mean, whether it's knitting or whether it's a musical instrument or different types of crafts, or reading. There's no such thing as the wrong book other than the book that you're not going to read. To be completely honest, there are books that have wrong information in them and that will tell you the wrong stuff. There are a lot of authors that write in the realm of nonfiction. In fiction, it's all game. Some of it's probably not appropriate, and there's a huge debate about that. But sure, there are nonfiction authors who write things that I would say objectively they are wrong, but that doesn't mean that there's a wrong book for you to pick up and read. We need to take away these barriers from ourselves enjoying something that could be a lot of fun. So for me, talking about golfing, my wife and I decided for my birthday this year we would go Facebook Marketplace, buy an old set of golf clubs. It was $25 for a set of golf clubs. A little bit frustrating. They didn't include a putter, but I'm also looking and thinking, you know what? I'm probably at most this year going to a driving range where I could pay less than $10, get a bucket of golf balls, and just whack them away. And at some other point in time, I can worry about getting the exact clubs that I want. They have drivers that are like this big. And I mean, it's almost impossible for you to miss a golf ball trying to hit one. I didn't grow up with those. That's not the one I got. Somewhere down the road, maybe I look at getting one of those. You can go to Goodwill and they have irons and wedges that are decent quality that are $3 to $5 for a club. You're a bit more hit or miss looking at driver or putter or other clubs. Really cheap, really easy to find a club there. Or if you want something higher quality but still cheap, go to Dunham's, Dunham's Discount Sports, and you can find high quality drivers, high quality putters, all different kinds of clubs that are decent quality. These aren't your top of the line. These aren't going to be the ones the professionals use, but you know what? They will be a good quality club for half the cost of what it would normally be. And then you can go, here we have I think it's called a family resort and golf center, something like that. They have a mini golf course, and they have a driving range, and a large bucket of golf balls at their driving range is $6. I don't even need to worry about getting a putter yet. I could just take the clubs that I bought for $25, $6 for a large bucket of golf balls, and I can go start golfing. And I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. And, maybe down the road, I'll be like, I really need a couple better clubs, and again, go to Goodwill, go to Dunham's, or just save up to be able to buy something that is going to be a bit costlier, but is going to be better quality. You know what? That's all down the road. Right now, I'm just trying to have fun. And fun can be cheap. And you know what? I'm sure first time I go over to that driving range, I'm going to miss the ball a couple times. And a couple's probably being very generous. I'm probably going to whiff on a whole bunch of shots. And I'm going to hit some that go almost nowhere. And I am going to hit some that go nowhere near where I wanted them to go to. And that's fine. You might start playing a musical instrument, and the first few times you play it, you sound like nothing, and it doesn't feel good, and it doesn't seem like a whole lot of fun, and you're not really playing any songs, and that's fine. Give yourself some time. Give yourself a chance. Have fun. And this weekend, and as we continue on, just have some fun. Don't worry about how good you are at it or what it is doing to better you as a person. Just have some fun. And I can promise you will find that in having a bit of fun and allowing yourself to have fun and not worrying about being the best and not worrying about going for the absolute best stuff and not worrying about all these barriers that you could erect for yourself. Just going and having some fun. I think we'll find that we'll feel a bit more rested. We will feel happier, and that is a good thing. So this weekend, whether it's this weekend or whether it's in the upcoming days and weeks, just have some fun. Wherever it is, have some fun. And I will catch you guys later. I hope you guys have a really fun Friday, and God bless you.